Hello and welcome to a episode of Character Unlock where we have various things happening. With me as normal is Mr. Brooker. Brooks, how are we?
Mate, it's hot.
It is hot.
I feel like there's a tiny person constantly pouring half a cup of water down my arse crack.
Sorry, I'll stop that now. And
it's just like this constant half this cup of water sloshing around my arsehole. This is not a good way to be.
no one wants to talk about your arsehole, Brooks. We've been
Everyone
over this.
wants. You've not been over my arsehole.
So now everyone has now got, your arsehole burned into their brain forever.
Like a sock puppet.
We have semi-regular guest Lee with us. Lee, how are you for an imaginary person?
I'm very well. I've got a semi now, thinking about semi and also Brooker's arse. And to be honest, I think that that half a pint of water that's sloshing around his arse, I smell like someone's poured it over me. So yeah, it's great.
We're all lovely people.
It sounds like we're on Skype, but really we're in the same room, just sharing the same half a cup of water.
Okay. I'm officially creeped out now.
I'm okay with that.
So, for a first time on Character Unlock, we're actually somewhat prepared for having a guest, and we have questions for him.
Yay.
So, it's just a simple 5 questions for guests, which we probably should have been doing from the start rather than waiting for what is now probably your 3rd appearance on the show.
Yeah, we've only been doing the podcast for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, 3rd. Yeah, 3rd.
Yep. So, as a semi-regular...
Stop saying semi.
No. I won't stop saying semi. It's a great word. Lee?
Yes.
What is your favourite game platform? So we're talking new, old, board, whatever.
Okay, so... Because obviously I got these questions yesterday.
It just ruined the fucking illusion completely.
I managed to answer the questions in half an hour, so shut up.
So I had to think about this for a while because it's down to 2, possibly 3 consoles. So initially I thought the Sega Mega Drive because I grew up on it. It was my first console.
Because Aladdin.
Yeah, and Aladdin. Although I think it's my favourite game.
Yeah.
Then I thought PS2 because that was my first real gaming console. I had a shit ton of games for it. I mean, there was over 250 games for it altogether, I think, in the end. But I finally decided 60. So so my reasoning for this was that was my first console that was online. I'd never done any online play before that. I'd only done couch co-op with my mates. Achievements. It was the first console that introduced achievements to me now. I mean, I know they're a bit divisive for some people, but for me, it helped me play games that I enjoyed for longer. It gave me to go back to a game that I'd already finished and enjoyed to do again. You sort of
Good, man. That's the healthy side of achievements.
Yeah. And Halo 3. It was a massive game for me. I mean, I played it online for months and months and months. So yeah, I'm going to go with the 360 for me on that one.
Good one, 360. It's where we actually started playing together for the first time.
Believe so. That's definitely not in the top 5 reasons for the Xbox.
It's top 1. We'll just...
that was in his cons list when he was putting it together.
It was way down at the bottom of that con list.
That's why you hate the Xbox One, isn't it? Because we've played together a lot on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, we've got a question for what would your 3 desert island games be?
This is really hard because...
That's what she said.
Because I've gone from
she just had a semi.
So I've just moved up a notch. So Final Fantasy VII, that's an easy one for me. I know, again...
Cliche.
people diss on it, and it's the standard. But it's the game that I put the most hours in over the course of my lifetime, I think, and it's something that I can always go back to and just keep playing and playing and playing and playing. It doesn't bother me. So that's definitely in there. But then I couldn't decide what to choose for the others, or I can't decide what to choose for the others even still. It's a difficult one because it was a toss-up between taking games that I really enjoyed playing or taking games that were going to last me a long time. So I went with ones that were going to keep me entertained for a long time. So we've got The Witcher 3. I've still not finished it.
Well, that's a good choice because no one yet has finished The Witcher 3.
Yeah. I finished the main story, but there's 1,000,001 side quests I can still do, and I've not done any of the DLC, even though I bought the Game of the Year edition. So that was an easy one. Does the Mass Effect trilogy count as one game?
Fuck off! It says trilogy in the name. Dude.
Yeah, no, but can you get it on one disc now, or am I imagining that?
You're definitely imagining that.
Okay. So, well, I'm going to go with Horizon Zero Dawn then.
That's
instead.
good, because I was about to relegate you to Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, God, fuck that. It wasn't awful, it was just boring.
Yeah.
I think. But, yeah, no, Horizon Zero Dawn, because the vistas in that were like nothing else. I mean, there's been a couple of other games since then that have been equally as amazing looking, but you know, it tied up a brand new story with a new character, and to make you feel that way about a new IP. I mean, it's quite hard. You don't see a lot of them nowadays really getting the kick. So you know, I really enjoyed that, and I'm really looking forward to anything else from them on it as well.
That's a good show. When me and John were talking about this, that was quite high up on my list. Not top 3, but very high up on my list. I loved Horizon.
Yeah, really, really impressed with it. I mean, I think I'm probably going to go back and have another play now. I've got my PS Pro, just to see how much better it looks. I mean,
it's so much nicer on PS Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks gorgeous on Pro anyway, but once you get to the Frozen Wilds areas, mate, that snow, it's gorgeous. It will no longer be a semi.
Yeah, looking forward to it, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah. When I chose it, I just picked games that I knew I would be able to last a fair amount of time with. So one of them was, in fact, a Mass Effect game.
Was it 2?
It was 2.
I knew it'd be 2.
Is it because 2's the best one?
2's the one.
Is it just because he's so predictable?
The most time on. 1's just open spaces of nothing in the same box, even though it was totally fun.
Yeah.
2 had something about it. 3, do you know what? I didn't even finish the second playthrough, so I can't really say anything else. I ought to go back and have another go on that.
You should go back onto playing it now that it's got all the DLC and everything for it. It's worth playing.
Yeah. Let's move along though, because you know how much Brooker loves Mass Effect. I don't want him to
Oh,
stop.
Dash, I can't get enough.
I just want to fit the words Mass Effect in the podcast a couple more times.
That's all right. I'm sure I can fit the words rotting cunt bag in there occasionally as well.
Okay, so third question: what's your favourite game character and why is it Shepard from Mass Effect?
It's definitely not Shepard from Mass Effect. Oh man, I don't know. Are we counting stuff that's not technically game character but in a game, or are we just saying originated in games? And
Well, you can't have Captain Jack Sparrow just because he's in a fucking Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay, so, well, to be quite fair, I was going with Spider-Man, but obviously it was 40 years before it went into a game. And Cartman, obviously, because he's in a few games. Okay, so...
I have to reword this question, I think, for future guests, don't I?
Well,
yeah.
it's pretty obvious that it's game character and not character that's been in a game despite being in other things previously.
All right. Well, you know,
prick.
I write questions for a living, mate. So you know, you got to get our question accurate. Otherwise, you know, you just get the wrong answer. So I'm going to go with a character that you may not know. I think called Rexus, and he was from a game called Armed and Dangerous on the original Xbox.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Yeah. So you check that one out on YouTube. Check out the Armed and Dangerous cutscenes. It was a game by LucasArts, not around the sort of time that Knights of the Old Republic came out. and it was a comedy-based shooter, and I loved it. It's super funny for the most part all the way through. It's just tongue-in-cheek jokes all the way through the game. Even the weapons and stuff in it as well are just quite entertaining. So there's a shark gun, so that you fire it and this little fin swims across to the enemy and a shark pops out the ground and starts eating them.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's a topsy-turvy bomb, so he screws the bomb into the floor and the whole world turns upside down and everyone falls off.
That sounds absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the game was shit. I'll be absolutely honest with you. The game was absolute dog wank. It was just crappy point-and-click shooter, sort of, back on the Xbox original, so you won't expect much from it. But comedy-wise, it was super funny. Rexus was basically a little old blind man who stuck a golf ball with an eyeball drawn in it in one of his eyeballs to try and persuade people that he could see where he was going. And it's just you just have to check out the videos. I mean, it was a toss-up between him, Aloy as a new entry, and Master Chief just for old school love.
Cool.
So I went with the unusual one because I just think he's super funny. In fact, all the characters on Armed and Dangerous were brilliant. There's a giant robot who likes drinking tea called Q. And then there's Roman, who is a guy who wears a bandana across his face, and he's so committed to wearing the bandana across his face that no one's ever seen his face, that he'll drink beer through the bandana.
Nice.
Yeah, and then there's a few other characters as well. There's a Jonesy is a rat mole kind of guy, Scottish, voiced by a Scottish guy as well. So it sounds brilliant. Yeah. I hope I've sold it, but it's definitely not stood the test of time, the game itself, and neither of the videos. But the comedy's still there.
I imagine it'll get released on the backwards compatible now that we've got originals coming.
Well, it didn't on the 360 either. It never got backwards compat, so I don't expect to see it this time either. Because I think they're running their original backwards compat through what they already had on backwards compat.
Because I'm on the Wikipedia page for it, because I was curious if it went backwards compatible. And it says, on November 28th, 2007, Microsoft released backwards compatibility update for Xbox 360, which allows 360 owners to play the Xbox disc version of Armed and Dangerous.
Oh, really? Oh, I put it in and it wouldn't let me play it. Not all that long ago, but all right, never mind. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
But it is Wikipedia. This isn't like the be-all and end-all.
Yeah.
It's
well, check out the cutscenes video. I think it's about half an hour of your time. You're not going to miss, or an hour of your time. You're not going to miss anything by not playing the game itself.
Okay.
But the cutscenes are kind of funny. They might not give you the context you need, though. We'll see what you think.
It's a lot better than my answer of just the black guy from Prototype 2.
The black guy from Prototype 2 is awesome,
Yes.
just because he loses his shit with computers.
Yes, he does.
It's just like having him as a workmate.
Be brilliant. So, the next one we have for you, Lee, a favourite game soundtrack.
Okay, so this is an easy one. It's the Bastion soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah, written and directed, I was saying, composed by Darren Korb, and it's a runaway favourite, mostly because I think the game I don't think would have worked without it. And I know there's been sort of grandest scale soundtracks before in games like Halo and Mass Effect and stuff. They've got really amazing soundtracks and sort of philharmonic orchestras going and doing their thing. But this was just, it kind of had that sort of Western Firefly kind of feel to it. But it was integral to the story, and that the commentary was built into the music. So the singing and the commentary fit the game and what you were doing within the game. So it just sort of kind of worked together in harmony, and really sold it to me as a soundtrack. Plus, his soundtrack for Transistor is also brilliant. It's written and composed by the same guy. So yeah, really good. Bastion, win-win.
Good choice.
Yeah, not bad. I like it. And a favourite recent gaming moment.
Okay, so God of War. Quite a few. Spoilers.
See, this one's quite difficult.
Spoilers. So there's the fight with the stranger at the start. And,
that is a superb fight.
Okay, so there's another bit in the game where he goes to fetch something. Are we okay to just talk about it, or we said spoilers?
Be careful, don't spoil too much, because it is a massive game.
I'll do my best to dodge the spoilers then. So you go back to your house to collect something.
Oh yeah, please don't spoil that.
Yeah, okay. So that bit was brilliant.
Yeah.
Everything about that whole section of the game was just outstanding.
Yeah, it kind of had that feeling that you probably guessed what was going to happen, but the build up to it was so good.
Oh yeah, and the execution was just spot on.
Even if you knew what was about to happen, when it happened, you just wanted to get up and cheer. And
I think I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did as well.
Yeah,
to an empty house. Yeah,
like England just won on penalties. And I like football.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, so, but there's a couple of other strong contenders for that as well. There's a few more moments in there, but I'll not spoil any of them. God of War definitely hands above for me. The whole game was a fucking brilliant recent gaming moment. Really stood tall against a lot of other games recently because it focused on giving you a story that made you feel good. It didn't, shove a sequel down your throat at the end. It was just brilliant. But then there was Hellblade as well. I played Hellblade recently.
How'd you find it?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I found myself getting really annoyed with the combat.
Honestly, I didn't mind the combat because it's easy enough that you can just sort of power through it.
Oh yeah, I think I just kind of sat there and I'm a bit bored. I felt the combat was boring.
There was some really cool combos you could do, but there was nowhere where it told you how to do them. I think there was now actually in one of the later updates. I think, but yeah, no, I didn't mind the combat because the game wasn't about the combat, was it?
No, absolutely not. But that was kind of my problem with it because I was like, I keep getting thrown into these battles, and I'm actually like, I want to. Have you played Soma?
No.
Right, Soma's amazing, but Soma's even better when you turn it into just walkthrough mode. Like, there's no monsters. It basically turns it into a walking simulator with its story, and it's fucking superb. Right. And I kind of want that with Hellblade, just so I can sit and enjoy the story and not get frustrated at the chunky combat.
Yeah. See, I didn't mind the combat. I thought it worked for me. But yeah, so there was a lot of that. I loved about that game. Plus, my wife is a mental health practitioner, so it really it resonates with me a little bit more, just because I'm interested in that field because she's part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but this was kind of why I really wanted to support it and play it and enjoy it because it's something that has affected me. So I really, really wanted to get in. I think when I wasn't getting annoyed at the combat, the moments of the fucking voices in that headset are just amazing.
It's the first game I've played with a headset for a long time, and yeah, really.
It's got some spectacular sound design in it. But yeah, maybe I'll go back.
They play shit like that, don't they? They play shit like that. Georgie told me that they play those earphone things where they've got people talking to you in all different directions and stereo microphone to try and help simulate what people would hear and stuff. It's weird. I can't remember what she said exactly, but she said along those lines. Yeah,
it's to simulate oral hallucination, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was another strong contender. I mean, it doesn't come quite as close to God of War. That really outshone pretty much everything.
See, God of War for me, right? God of War is amazing, but it can be summed up with we're hunting deer. What direction? The direction of the deer. Mate, I did not think I'd be fucking laughing at a God of War game.
Just Kratos busting out all of the dad jokes.
That was it. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, Teal'c did a good job with the voice. Chuffed.
Yeah.
Boy! A million boy memes. Brilliant. Yeah, great.
Don't. I get sick of fucking staring at them now.
So yeah, that's it. That's my gaming moment. Let's just say the whole of the game.
Cool.
That works.
God of War is a good gaming moment.
Yeah.
So, with Lee's questions now out of the way, we'll move swiftly into some news. And by news, what we mean is we dug around for ages trying to find stuff that might have happened in the last couple of weeks because...
Literally, there's fuck all going on.
People do shit. We're interested. We want to talk about it.
We're walking into another proper summer drought as well. We haven't had a proper summer drought for a couple of years, but we're walking into a summer of nothing happening.
What, like a literal drought or a gaming drought?
A bit of both, really.
The only place
my garden's basically gone light brown.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm watering my garden with the sweat off my arse hair. But no, I mean, you could recreate Red Dead Redemption in my garden at the moment. It's that hot and dry. But yeah, no actual proper gaming drought. We haven't had one for a little while, and this year there's fuck all coming.
We need another Sleeping Dogs game to come out in the summer.
Well, this is Sleeping Dogs or Deus Ex or any of those other cool games that come out when nothing else is happening. Just something needs to appear.
No, we don't technically even get Hitman.
Nope.
Yeah, it sucks a little bit. But, you know, I'm chewing through a humongous backlog of plus 150 games. I've not even bothered
this
to
is
count.
it. I'm trying to get through my fucking backlog. I keep buying more as well. So.
The problem with a disposable income, at least however small it may be, and no time.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, mate. I'm in the same boat. The problem is what I'm trying to do at the minute is I'm ignoring achievements. So I'm just playing the game for the story, and I'll do one big game, then I'll do a medium-sized sort of hack and slashish kind of game, and then I'll do a really small, like a nice little tidy sort of Switch release title or something like that, you know. But the problem is I've just got back to Final Fantasy 15. And 40 hours in, I don't feel like I've fucking done anything.
But this is it. I bought Watch Dogs 2 because it finally went on the cheap. I got the gold edition for like 20 quid. So right, get that installed and get playing. And then I started writing a piece on Killzone. So wanted to install Shadowfall just so I could remind myself of Killzone. Stuck myself on the multiplayer and lost 3 days. What the fuck? I've actually had time to play games. It's good that
it's still got a fan base going. And
it's still
I'd love
it's still
your
good.
shameless plug as well, technically.
Well, I haven't plugged it yet.
No.
But this is the thing, though. So it has got a really good online base still. The problem is it's got map voting, so the same 4 shit maps get voted in every fucking
really
time.
Pisses me off. When games have map voting, it's always the same map. Always.
Yeah.
They're always the same. Like Halo had game type voting as well, so it was always SWAT or always DMR, you know, like precision crap. I just want to run around with a big fucking rocket launcher blasting stuff.
What was the other one? Shotty Snipers.
Yeah, shotty snipers used to get picked all the time as well. It was a pain in the arse.
But it's it. So, but yeah, I lost like 3 days worth of gaming time, where I could have finished Watch Dogs, but no, I'm sitting there playing the game I've already platinumed and spent 150 hours online with.
Yeah.
I'll just do some more.
Yeah, I've lost like 2 months to Destiny 2 again.
Oh, see, I bashed through the DLC with you, and then I thought I've got to put this down, otherwise I'll just become
addicted again. Well,
not addicted, just sort of stuck in that cycle.
The grind.
Yeah, it's good though now that we're not, because used to when we were on Destiny 1, somebody was always online. Like one of us would, you know, there was a group of about 10 of us all together. One of them would always be online, but the smaller group that I'm willing to speak to on a more frequent basis, we're not all online very often, are we?
No.
So
we're going to talk about how Crash Bandicoot is by far the greatest game of all time.
I didn't get it, man. I pre-ordered it. I won some vouchers from Poster Bargain, and I pre-ordered it, but my pre-order got cancelled, so I didn't get it in the end.
No way.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for to refund my voucher so I can rebuy something else.
Yeah.
But it was a perfect
kind of been
lounge
tempted.
game for me.
Yeah, I've kind of been tempted to pick it up because it is a perfect Switch game. They're like small platform levels that are good for train journeys. But
it's good on the Switch until you find one of those wall climbing stages where it's the side scrolling platform.
Then it's great. I just throw it out the window and I never have to worry about it again.
I won't buy it on the Switch because I'm not willing to pay the Switch tax for it. It's just ridiculous on some games.
Switch tax is absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, I'm buying the odd indie platformer on the Switch, which I'm quite happy to talk about at some point. But I won't buy Crash Bandicoot. I've got an Xbox in the lounge, so that's a lounge game for the Xbox, I think, Crash Bandicoot.
Fair enough.
It's a good game to start children on when in a couple of years' time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only reason why I've kept Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah, I didn't hate that. It wasn't great.
It was all right.
I didn't hate it.
It was a bit of a crap platformer, but it will be good for the child.
Yeah, should have been better.
It should have been much better. I don't think I finished it. I think it bored me. It's not even that long a game, but it bored me.
It took me about 3 or else 4 days, maybe, of just playing. I didn't bother going back through and collecting everything because I couldn't see the point.
Nah, fuck
so
that.
Probably about 7 hours altogether.
Yeah. But yeah, but Crash Bandicoot, everybody loves Crash Bandicoot, don't they?
Yeah, why not? Who couldn't? And now that they're selling it on multi-console as well, it gives everyone a chance at playing it.
Yeah. Although the advice apparently is to play Crash Bandicoot 3, then 2, then 1, for some strange reason. Apparently the difficulty spike of 1 over the rest of them means that you should play them in reverse order.
Because one's the hardest, or
yeah, one's always tough. Games. Do you not remember how hard games used to be when we were young?
Of course I do.
Yeah, here's
Fucking
3
hell,
lives. That's it. Tough shit. Oh, you couldn't finish the first level? Oh well.
But I still say this about games that get remastered as well, because not only were games harder back in the day, I was much fucking better at them back in the day as well. Because I try and play them now, and I go full fucking spaz.
Your fingers worked better back in the day, mate.
Yeah, I think they did.
Do you remember a game called Comic Zone?
No.
It was on the Mega Drive. I literally never finished the first level.
See, for me, Mega Drive was Aladdin, which was hard as balls.
Yeah.
And what was that fucking Cool Spot game?
It was called Cool Spot.
It was Cool Spot, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was called Cool Spot. It was a 7-Up game, wasn't it?
It was a 7-Up promotional game.
Yeah. God, do you remember promotional games? There used to be so many. They were wicked. There was Mac and What's His Face, the McDonald's one.
Yeah.
That was wicked funny.
Dirt cheap. Took you fucking ages to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, no, we had that Doritos one on the 360.
Oh, yeah, the Crash Course, which was basically just wipe out on video game.
Yeah. God, back in the day, eh?
Yeah, promotional games.
Anyway, I think that's why Crash Bandicoot sold so well, because there's so many people that loved it, that even if they're not going to get a chance to play it, they would buy it.
Oh, yeah. They've definitely sold more than people actually play. Yeah,
so Georgie said to me, I used to love Crash Bandicoot, but she's not picked up a game in the 13 years that I've been with her, so... I'd expect her to at least have a bash on that if I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those games, isn't it, that kind of, after a little while, when nostalgia starts kicking in, people go, oh, yeah, I remember Crash Bandicoot. I loved that. You never played it, did you? No.
Used to watch my brother playing it or something stupid.
Yeah. Saw someone play it on YouTube once. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, no, I used to play it, mate. Loved it.
I imagine Minecraft.
To be fair, there's quite a few games missing from the PS1 era that we've not seen for a fair old while.
It's true.
What, Spyro?
Spyro's coming back.
Spyro. It's
Spyro
like
comes back.
medieval. We've not seen a medieval game since the PS1.
No, and that's one that keeps being rumoured as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So every time you get a big thing like E3 or Gamescom or PGW, any of that, we're going to get a medieval game this time. No, you're not. We're never going to see medieval again.
Yeah. What I mean, did we get we got a Soul Reaver on the PS2, didn't we? I think but we're not seeing one of them again. We ought to get another one of them soon. They were class games.
They were. I think I only bought my first Soul Reaver game because the cover looked a bit emo.
Oh yeah, it was totally emo, that game.
What was that Gecko game?
Was it called Gecko by any chance?
I think it was called Gecko. Fuck you.
We're doing well today.
Yeah,
Or-
good one.
When was Echo the Dolphin?
Mega Drive. Mega Drive and Master
I got
System.
a couple of upgrades.
Oh, I haven't played Echo. I remember that being balls hard as well.
And of course, there was also the various theme games that were released on PS1
Even that Theme Hospital.
and Theme Park World.
Yeah. The Theme Hospital, to be fair, Theme Hospital's been around for fucking donkeys.
Yeah. Haven't had one in a while though.
No, what was that one we played at EGX Resd?
Oh, with the really stupid
Which is
woman
basically-
who decided to wear 7 layers in a fucking greenhouse.
Yeah. Stupid tart. There was no way she was making it out of that weekend alive. It was so fucking hot. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
That
I quite fancy
A
it.
hospital simulator of some kind.
Yeah. It's basically Theme Hospital, but not.
Yeah.
And it has a golden toilet if you pre-order it.
Did you pre-order it?
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't need a golden toilet. Not in a game, anyway. If I could have one in my house, absolutely.
I wonder if they're going to start jumping on the bandwagon now that Crash Bandicoot sold so well.
Well, I
To
reckon
bring back really old games.
I think they definitely will if and when Spyro does well in September. Then everybody will pile on, and we'll get a lot of really quickly released shit ports as well.
Yeah, dog shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the only ones I can think of that were really, really worth bringing back is Time Crisis. I'm going to bring that one back with the VR. Would that work? Maybe.
Maybe.
I wouldn't mind a
at least
new
with
Time
PlayStation
Crisis
games.
game.
Or a new one. Just bring the IP back either way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Soul Reaver we've mentioned. So, the medieval probably we're looking at. But what about Tenchu? You don't remember Tenchu?
God.
That was sick. I fucking love that game. And I've just not seen a sausage on it since fucking... I was about 15 was the last time I played a Tenchu game.
Jesus. Yeah, that's going back a bit.
You just don't get ninja shit no more, do you? It's all about zombies and fucking Royal Rumble or whatever it's called at the minute. Battle Royale with zombies.
Battle Royale, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting Ghost of Tsushima soon. That's almost
Yeah,
ninjas.
so there's a couple coming out, and that's Sekiro as well. But they're sort of samurai-esque. I want ninja shit, mate.
Yeah. Well, we could have...
Ninja
for fuck's
Gaiden
sake.
film?
Yeah, I say we have some Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden was nothing to do with ninjas. That was just fucking torture for your hands, mate.
It was fucking brutal. I hated that game so much.
I don't even think I ever got past the first boss.
I got
think I
past
gave
the
up.
first boss. I didn't get much further.
I think I quit. I don't do unfair hard games. I'm okay with a game if it's fair, and that you can tell that the reason you're losing is because you're shit.
Yeah.
I hate going into a boss fight.
If the reason I'm losing is
the
because...
enemy's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is a new attack. I'm just going to pop out here. Oh, it's an instant kill for me. Thank you.
Cheers, lads. I'm only playing it on easy as well.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Yeah, I'm pretty
What's
much
that?
the
There's
same.
a checkpoint just before the boss, and you've got no health. Tough shit.
Yeah.
That's what it's permanent now.
See, this is why I rent games. And when I get to that point, it just goes straight in the envelope and straight off. Fuck that. I do not have time to waste on games like that.
What about a TimeSplitters game? We need another one of them soon.
People have been itching for one of those, but I can scarcely even remember what it was. It really just kind of came here. We used to play it couch co-op with the lads.
Yeah.
Around the same time that GoldenEye was a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, the people have been screaming for a new one for ages. It'll never happen. But apart from the fact the company that made them has gone through so many changes in the last 10 years. It's never going to happen. I don't know who owns the IP. It must be THQ Nordic now that owns it.
Yeah, probably.
What about Ape Escape?
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Because we got an Oddworld, didn't we? And I was thinking of Oddworld, but we got the remake for that already. And that was good, actually, if I remember.
Yeah, new Oddworld was all right.
Yeah, fun. I quite like the remakes when they're done well.
Yeah.
There's been a few turds, though, ain't there? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, the turds tend to be stuff, like we said, quickly chucked out because, money.
Yeah.
We can make a fortune off someone else's nostalgia. All right, let's just throw this out. I will forever hate Activision for porting, in air quotes, Prototype. Because what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I didn't play the ported. If you got my air quotes, that was great. I didn't play it. I liked the originals. Probably not enough to go back for another playthrough.
I really enjoyed them just because they were mindless fun, and that was kind of all I wanted when I bought the remake port things. And then I started them, and before the end of the first cutscene, the audio and the video were out of sync. I was like, "Well, we're not doing this. Absolutely not.
Rubbish."
Yeah, if you can't even keep your fucking audio in sync on your cutscenes, I'm not playing your game.
What a waste.
So, nostalgia over, I guess.
Yeah, nostalgia's the winner. Games companies, if you're listening, nostalgia, yeah, win-win.
Nostalgia is an easy way to make money, even if you don't want your players to play the games. But the sad news for everyone, and by everyone I just mean GTA fans, and by GTA fans I mean people who are interested in playing the story of GTA. There's GTA 6 is probably not going to happen, at least in the next God knows how many years.
I mean, this isn't really news, apart from the fact some douche managed to kind of hack GTA Online and put a message up saying GTA 6 coming soon.
Yeah.
It said pre-order GTA 6 now at rockstargames.com. And it was an in-game sign, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking class trolling, that is.
Oh yeah, it's a brilliant troll, but come on, like nobody in their right mind should have believed that. Not at all.
No. Complete morons would have believed it. And unfortunately that's what happened.
Yeah.
So.
No, let's get Red Dead Redemption done and dusted first before we worry about GTA 6.
If they'd have just topped it off by hacking into the Rockstar's Twitter feed and plonking it on there as well, that'd have been it. That'd been game over.
Yeah.
Ultimate troll of all time. That'd have been fucking brilliant.
See, now they'll actually announce GTA 6 by putting a Rockstar billboard into Red Dead Redemption 2 somewhere.
Probably.
At some point in the future, there will just be a billboard just dropped down, looking completely out of place.
Just a random, you walk into a saloon and there's an Xbox.
Yep. Or something stupid. Wait, yeah. An arcade machine of GTA 6. Or, well, GTA 1 top-down view.
Absolutely. Why the hell not?
Why haven't we got a GTA top-down view game? What happened? Where did they go?
The Nintendo DS stopped putting them out. Was
the DS the last one to have one?
I think so. Yeah, it was Chinatown Wars.
I'm not sure I played that one, but it seems that sort of game would sit really well on like the Vita or possibly even the Switch now. But just not there, is it?
Maybe if they were to re-release GTA 1, 2 in London onto Switch. Nostalgia and Switch tax. Easy money.
I just remember doing that first bit where you ran over all the Hare Krishnas over and over again. It used to come up with Garanja across the screen in big letters.
Oh, fucking hell. I ain't played one of those top-down GTAs for years.
Or accidentally stepping onto the railway lines, or specifically running past the railway lines in such a way that the cops then run onto them and electrocute themselves to death.
That's the way to do it.
The best way to do it. And last bit of news from me, and that's a bit of Shenmue HD coming out soon.
How do you say it?
Shenmue.
Oh, is that how you say it? I always just thought it was Shenmue.
Shenmue.
I just say Shenmue.
Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Can't say Shenmue till it's Shenmue 1, 2, and 3.
Good point. Any other news for anyone?
No, because I don't care about Shenmue. Shenmue is one of those ones that everybody seems to rave on about nostalgically. I don't think anyone's ever actually played it because it's shit. Like, it's genuinely shit. I don't get why people are interested in this fucking game. And we're never going to see number 3, so I suppose you might as well enjoy 1 and 2 HD while it's there.
I think it's the nostalgia bug.
It is. That's exactly what it is. But I genuinely think Shenmue is one of those that everybody owned because it was, on the Dreamcast and everybody had a Dreamcast. But no one actually played because they were too busy with Crazy Taxi and Ready to Rumble.
And Power Stone.
Exactly.
Maybe they should just re-release the Dreamcast like the SNES Classic.
A Dreamcast Mini.
Yep.
I'll take a Dreamcast Classic. Literally just for Crazy Taxi and Ready to Rumble.
Problem solved.
I miss playing, on the couch with my mates, beating them up as Afro Thunder.
You know what would happen? They would release it, but they wouldn't have those 2 games be on the Classic Mini.
No, absolutely.
They'd have 15 other games, including Sonic 2 Battle, whatever it was called.
Yep. And Shenmue.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that free game that was used to get something Rocket, Choo Choo Rocket?
Oh God!
Fucking free game that was on it. Wasn't there a hidden game on the Dreamcast as well with no gaming? I can't remember. It's been a long time. I never had one myself.
I do not know. I had one. I was young-ish.
Did you have
I did love Ready to
weird-ass
Rumble
Tamagotchi
boxing, though.
attachment for the Dreamcast?
Do I look like the kind of person who had a Tamagotchi attachment for anything?
Yes.
Yes. You've not always been that big. I imagine when you were smaller, you loved Tamagotchis.
I absolutely did not.
And then you blossomed into the fine, oddly sized man that you are now.
Oddly sized?
Oddly shaped too.
Oddly shaped and sized man.
You make it sound like I'm 6'2" with like 9-inch legs. T-Rex arms.
It's about right, isn't it?
I'm just all torso.
Just skipped leg day permanently.
Yeah. Look, remember, all the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex.
They did.
Yes, they did.
And they were very wise too.
Yeah.
So, with news being over forever, apparently, it's just probably
Till August. There's a couple of releases in August. We might get something later in the month.
we might get an announcement about some game coming out at some point.
Yeah.
Gamescom's coming up soon.
September's start of the release turntable, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Maybe you should come back in September. If not before. You're always welcome, Lee.
You've got EGX in September, mate.
True. If stuff happens.
That sounded really fucking ominous.
Yeah.
Like you need to figure out if you can kill somebody and get away with it before you come to EGX. Is EGX going to be your alibi for something?
Yes.
Because I'm not sure I want to be a part of that.
EGX will be my alibi for something. Anyway. Let's go for the typical next stage of the show, and that is what we've been playing. And Lee, what have you played recently?
I've played quite a few things, actually. Just dabbling between bits and bobs. So I'm still on Final Fantasy 15. 40 hours in.
So much like The Witcher, you're going to be on that forever.
Well, you see, I've got quite close to the end, but I felt that I wasn't quite ready to finish it. So I've gone back in time or some shit, and I'm just wandering around killing stuff for a bit now. It's okay. It's good. The story's a bit what the fuck, and there's just way too much just no empty space between stuff, and it takes forever to get anywhere. But other than that, it seems relatively well done. So on the Switch, I've been playing a game called Owlboy. I believe it was released on other consoles previously. Owlboy, all one word, like Spider-Man, but with an owl and a boy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So nothing like Spider-Man at all.
Well, I think Spider-Man may have been a Spider-Boy in some universes.
Is there a point where Owlboy becomes Owlman?
Possibly. But it may be the sequel. But yeah, no, I finished that. So that worked really well on the Switch. It's a 2D. They use the term Metroidvania now, don't they? For that sort of stuff. I'm not too convinced on the term. But it's more of a vertical than a horizontal because he's got wings. So it's kind of up and down. But it's good.
Thanks for clarifying what vertical means.
Yeah. It's mostly up and down. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's good it's great for the Switch because it's a nice little pick up and play. You don't have to pay too much attention to it. Nice little story going on in the
for the whole up and down thing.
No.
Yeah, that's less fun.
Yeah. It's not all. It's side to side too, but it has up and down also. But that was good, and I finished that this afternoon, so I enjoyed that. And then I started a game called Hollow Knight today on the Switch because it's been reduced to $10.99, and they've said that they've sold 250,000 copies in a week.
That's not bad.
So I presumed that it would be a game, but then I thought, well, hang on a minute, it's on the Switch, and people that buy the Switch are stupid and have got too much money, so they're just buying everything because there's nothing else to play on the Switch.
That's it. Anything that goes on sale on the eShop tends to be bought because there are no games.
Yeah. But that seems quite good. That's another little 2D platformer game, which is quite good.
Isn't eShop sales usually just, we're now dropping the price of the game to that of what you should be spending on an actual game?
Pretty much.
Which is exactly what I'm waiting for, so I can buy Little Nightmares.
Yeah, see, I don't mind punting a tenner for a little game. I don't, because it's a tenner. I'm not going to miss it. But when they're sitting at 18 quid, I don't know. Maybe that extra £8 is just too much for me.
But it's like real games though. Like I'll never buy a full digital game on the Switch because they're like 60 quid on the eStore. What the fuck are you playing that? I'm not spending that kind of money.
Yeah, it's insane. And that seems quite good so far as well. Not too dissimilar to Owlboy, and that's good. And then I suppose last but not least, I've been playing Ori and the Blind Forest again in anticipation for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is coming out later.
I've not played Ori and the Blind Forest yet. Is it good?
Yes.
Fair enough.
If you like 2D platformy games with a little bit of, I wouldn't really call it an RPG, but you do sort of put money into stats, and you pick and choose slightly, but it's not so different that it would matter which ones. But it's really good. It's got a bit of a heartfelt story for it, running throughout. Good, clever, looks great, plays smooth as you like. So yeah, worth a go. Especially you can pick up the definitive now for a handful of pounds. So
yeah,
definitely worth it.
Nice. I might give it a go. It's one of those ones that I've always want. I'm pretty sure I even got it for free or got a code for it for Xbox One.
Yeah.
And either never downloaded it or never redeemed the code. But I've done the same for Brothers as well. I got a free copy of that, and I didn't actually play it till it went on Game Pass because I never redeemed my free code for it. So I'm not going to play that.
It's a game that you can kind of just pick up and then put down an hour later and move along. So you don't have to just sort of sit there and slog through it all. I mean, obviously you can, but you don't feel. I don't feel that it's hurt by playing it in small chunks. So that's why it's a lounge one for me at the minute.
Nice.
Brooks, what have you played?
I played a couple of things, but I only want to talk about one really because I don't want to talk about Watch Dogs. So I finished it, and I don't really want to talk about Killzone because I'll just go on for an hour. So I played The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Have you two picked this game up yet?
I've got it. I haven't started it yet.
Same.
So I've played it twice now. Mainly because the first time I played it, I accidentally finished it in an hour and a quarter. And by accidentally finished it, what I mean was I was kind of wandering around trying to do all the little bits that were given to me and accidentally set off the closing cutscene.
Oh.
So
okay.
Oh, okay. That's how it ends then. So, all right. So I went back and did it again the next night. I mean, we've spoken about it like 8 times since it was announced 3 weeks ago, so I don't think I need to talk about it too much. But it's the prequel episode to Life is Strange Season 2.
Which got announced.
Which I believe it has been announced. Episode 1 comes out in September.
Which is pre-ordered by Brooker.
I've already pre-ordered it, absolutely.
Wait, I'm confused. What's going on? Where does it sit?
It's the prequel episode to Season 2.
Of the first season, not the one that they've just. Oh, I'm confused.
No, so Season 2 comes out.
Not one with the blue-haired girl in it.
Not the one with the blue-haired chick in it. No.
Okay,
Before the Storm is Life is Strange 0.5.
Oh, that's it. Before the Storm. I couldn't remember the name of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
So Before the Storm is set before Life is Strange. So Before the Storm is the blue-haired bird before she's got blue hair. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit is a completely new character, a completely new area, a completely new story, and it is basically the teaser episode for Season 2, which comes out in September. So a bit like pretty crap example because it's actually a follow-on, but was it 100 days or 300 days for Walking Dead Season 2?
Didn't play it, sorry.
No? Oh, you two suck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically a 2 hour long. Well, it's not even 2 hours. It's 2 hours if you do everything. It's a 2 hour long episode where you're introduced to the kid who is eventually going to be the main character for Season 2 of Life is Strange. And you kind of you get a little bit of a glimpse into his life, if you like, and his world. So it's like this 9-year-old kid called Chris who lives with his dad, and his dad's got a bit of a drinking problem. Mum's not around. There's clearly going to be something there, but you don't know what. I don't think it's ever actually revealed.
So it's just a gut punch 2 hours then.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's kind of cliched and tropey. So, dad yells at kids, come out for your breakfast. Dad makes him eggs and then has a can of beer for breakfast and then fucks off with a bottle of whiskey to watch, sport. It's pretty cliched. So, for the most part, it's not really... You're enjoying it. It's not bad. It's not at all. You do enjoy it, but you kind of, as you play as Chris, you kind of walk around the house and click on everything that's clickable, and like some things when you walk up to them, when you investigate them, you'll get a little superhero symbol on them, and then you press like left. I think it's left bumper, and then A, and then you do a superhero type thing with it, which will be use as a cape. So now you've got a curtain that you put on as a cape, or got some like makeup, or now I'm going to make a mask with it. You know, that kind of nonsense. But you kind of get a little look into this kid's world, a little look into this kid's mind, see how his brain goes on, because he cares about his dad, but there's clearly something wrong. He doesn't want to get told off by his dad, but he keeps getting told off by his dad for doing stupid things. He's just being a kid. The thing is, you can't help but love this kid. He's like having a little brother who just wants to play superheroes with you all the time. You know, he's a really charming character. He's got his little tree house and his little imaginary friends, and he flies around his garden and shit. But as is always the way with Life is Strange, you get to the end and you get a reveal, and now you feel horrible. And you kind of don't want to go outside ever again, because
the world's a horrible place.
Yeah, it really is. And this is what Life is Strange does best. It just keeps reminding you that we live in a horrible, horrible world. But it obviously that's what it was designed to do. But I very much got to the end. I was like, I cannot fucking wait for season 2. I can't wait to spend more time with this kid. I can't wait to see where his story goes. I can't wait. So yes, you get a little thing at the end of the episode that says pre-order here. So yes, please, yes, just take my money.
Yeah, here's a fishing lure. Yoink.
Yeah,
we got one. We got one, boys.
That's exactly what it is. But you know what? It's Life is Strange. I'm quite happy to say, yeah, I just handed over my cash. I've got no issues handing over my cash for Life is Strange. 2 games now, technically. It hasn't let me down.
Yeah, everyone's got their vices, man. I'll be the same with quite a few different franchises. I always throw my money at them, irrespective of whether the game they release is going to be a turd or not.
Well, this is it. It's, there are some games that I think I did it with Far Cry. I just went, yeah, okay, I'll just buy it. Fuck it. I did. Spent 60 quid on it, day one, because whether it was bad, I was going to enjoy it. Life is Strange, I think it cost me 19 quid to pre-order season 2. I'm okay with that. There are hints to season 1 in there if you go looking, which was quite cool. I quite liked it. So it gives you an idea of whereabouts it is on the timeline. So it's kind of happening towards the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it, and it's
cool.
Free. Why do it's free? And like I say, I was dicking about with it and accidentally finished it in an hour and a quarter. I've wasted an hour and a quarter doing much, much worse.
That's true. Yeah.
Currently looking at the timer, I've wasted almost an hour and a quarter talking to you two.
Yeah, I was literally on the same train of thought, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds
it's
awesome.
free.
I'll definitely play.
Yeah.
It's worth a go. It's free. It's just like I said, 2 hours max.
No, it's the best. Cool.
Apparently, the decisions you make in the game will travel over to the new season.
Oh, that's
I'm not sure how. You
professional.
only make a couple of. We only make a couple of decisions, and I can't see how it would affect it. But your decisions basically are the excuses you make to someone that talks to you that isn't your dad. Well, this doesn't mean a fucking thing. But it's don't nod. I'm sure it will. I'm sure that throwaway comment I made about Christmas trees to that old lady next door will eventually be my fucking demise.
Yeah.
But I will leave don't nod to do that to me. That's what they're good at. But yeah, that's me done, I think.
Alright, so I'm going to lower the tone significantly and say that the game I played was EA Sports
VR porn.
NBA Live 18 is probably the right number.
Is that lowering
Which
the
one's
tone?
NBA? Is that the one on the ice with the puck and stuff?
No, it's the other one on the brown floor.
The one on the field with the helmets and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one. Played in the same sort of arenas that the ones with the ice and the puck is. NBA Live is the basketball game from EA Sports. which is not as good as the 2K games, apparently. This is just according to the internet, where the 2K games are better than the EA Sports ones for NBA. But I played
better
it.
if there was ice in a puck.
Yeah, probably. Well, NHL was certainly more entertaining. But I played this because it had the one, which I thought was going to be the NBA Live equivalent of Longshot or The Journey. Turned out to not be that kind of at all. So it starts with you needing to create a character in a separate app on your phone by taking a selfie and moving your head slightly so it could generate a game face for you. So it could load it into the game for you to have a character to play basketball.
Dude, you've lost me already.
It was way too much effort to get started.
So you would like basically playing basketball, you, a short, stumpy white guy about 5'4", playing over with the basketball players that are normally about 6'8".
Yep, exactly like that, prick.
How did it get your hair? Did it get your hair right?
No, there was no option for long hair.
Oh, that sucks.
That's even worse because you bald would not be a pretty sight.
It's not.
No, you say so.
You know what, Lee? You're no longer welcome on this show.
Sorry, I love you. Sorry. Let's move on.
You do nothing but abuse me all the time.
I'm sorry.
You're not really, are you?
No.
I'll accept it anyway. Like an abusive relationship.
Yeah. Just take your licks. You sure you deserve it?
Yeah. I probably did something horrible to someone at some point.
He's asking for it.
Yeah.
That's the one. So the story is kind of not at all. So there's no major cutscenes of your character, trying to become a better basketball player. It's very much limited to the occasional FMV of two guys arguing. Typical American talk show, sports show type thing. And you get text messages, and you get to choose your response in some of the text messages to get yourself bonus hype or bonus coin, one of the two.
Okay.
It's kind of a bit shit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a real shame because you imagine that basketball's is full of quite a lot of really high profile characters who are both on and off the pitch. So you would expect it to have some sort of something to base a story around.
But the problem is that instead of doing what they did with EA Sports The Journey and grabbing a couple of specific players for football to just go with and just have a load of random generated, people to go in the game that you play alongside, but you also have actual players and their personalities, and I'm assuming that Longshot's got something similar. I haven't got around to playing it yet, where there is a group of actual players that you are involved with. With NBA Live, you've got just the guy on the cover, who I can't remember his name.
Dan Marino's in Longshot.
Dan Marino?
Yeah.
Laces out?
Yeah. I'm sure that's the only reason he's in it as well.
It probably is.
Because people that don't know football still pick up Madden and go, it's the dude from Ace Ventura.
Yep.
I fucking love that film.
Yeah, I haven't watched Ace Ventura. I don't watch it in my house because it's like my missus' favourite film, and she will just she'll sit next to me and just say the script as it's happening while we watch the film. And
saying the script
and you're
as
not
it's
allowed
happening
to punch women.
Isn't so bad. It's when they say the script about 4 seconds before it happening.
Oh, that happens as well.
That's when it gets irritating.
Yeah. And it's kind of illegal to suffocate your spouse with a pillow.
Only if
So
you
I
get
don't
caught.
do it. Oh yeah, the problem is it's a small house. People will wonder where she is tomorrow.
Do it during the school holidays.
Anyway, NBA Live.
Yeah, so the one story starts off being like it could be really interesting. You have a chapter. Well, obviously you have chapter one, and the various.
As all good stories do.
Yeah, you have like a couple of specific things to do where you're playing in the streets. So it's like, you're trying to get your career back on track because you've coming back from a horrific ACL injury, and you're playing, street basketball around the country, trying to get, noticed by actual teams or colleges to give yourself a scholarship so you can actually play ball semi-professionally in the future. And then after getting drafted into the NBA, for whichever team it is that happens to pick you up, and then it just turns into career mode.
Okay.
So it literally goes from being an interesting game to just another game.
So basically, it starts with create a wrestler with an app on your phone that uses your picture without your hair.
Yep.
And then just...
If
and
I
then
still had
just
the
goes
picture,
in...
I'd send it to you.
Must be online somewhere.
Don't.
Can I use it for the 2018 Character Unlock Game Awards?
Yep.
Just a picture of your animated NBA face.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Character Unlock approved.
There we go. So yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, so it starts off with create a wrestler with your face and no hair, and just devolves into let's just play basketball with no consequences whatsoever.
Pretty much.
And still no hair.
And still no hair. That's your only consequence. No hair.
Yeah, you've got it exactly right. That's how I felt right up until the moment where the game crashed on me, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to install this now.
This seems like a perfect time to not play it anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it turned out to be. It's like I'm in the middle of playing it, I finish a game, and then the game crashes, so I go, well, I kind of feel like I'm done with this now.
Yeah, that'll do, pig.
So that's me and what I was playing.
I feel for you.
Yeah. It was not great.
No.
I don't recommend it to anybody.
What about hardcore basketball fans?
No, play 2K. Because according to online, 2K is much better. But the same, I don't know, online people say that PES and FIFA are better than each other or something.
People just like to argue, mate.
Is there a NFL?
It's what the internet was invented for.
Yeah.
I know EA Sports own the sole rights to NFL, don't they now?
Yeah, well, NFL and their rights are a weird thing. They don't split them. They just sell them off in one big chunk, especially for games. Mainly because they don't care.
True.
They don't need the money to come from Madden NFL. So someone goes, we will offer you, a gazillion dollars to be the only people that make Madden games. And they go, all right.
Yeah.
Just sign this every year so we don't have to fucking worry about it, and we can get on with, abusing players for kneeling.
Yeah.
So
That kind of killed that, really, didn't it?
yeah. That pretty much just leaves us with recommendations. Lee, have you got a recommendation? Is there anything you think the people will want to play anytime soon?
Yeah, so play Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Oh wait, no you can't. It's not out yet. Play Ori and the Blind Forest instead. In anticipation for Will of the Wisp.
Fair enough.
You won't. I don't think you'd be disappointed. I'd be hard pressed to think anybody would hate it. It may not be some people's cup of tea, but it's certainly no buddy by any shape.
My Xbox. Otherwise, I'll boot it up and see if I've got
Brooker, anything that you think the fans might want?
Fans?
Fan, I'm here, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, right. I will give
Who's
him
listening?
his weekly shout out. All right, Colin is a fan. So
What the fuck is that?
that is my NBA companion game face with no hair.
Dude. Hey, you guys.
I didn't get it.
It's on the way. Fucking hell, Lee. WhatsApp's much slower.
I'm jealous.
It's
Oh no.
Oh, dude, you're definitely on a register. You're not allowed near schools, are you?
not anymore.
Oh god, no.
Stopped working there. Remember, I had to stop working there specifically. It wasn't my
Oh,
choice.
Jesus.
That is gonna haunt me.
Oh, right, I need to stop looking at that because it's definitely going to pop out of my iPad screen and eat me. Right. Yeah.
It's like
Where
Michael
was I?
Myers with someone's just throwing facial hair at him, Team
does
American
it.
style.
It looks like someone's coloured in a Michael Myers mask and then thrown some old pubes on the chin. Oh, fucking hell. Right, yeah. My recommendation, Need for Speed Payback, is on the EA Access Vault thing. And it's actually not complete shit.
Cool. I don't think I've played it.
It's all right. It's Need for Speed. But because it's kind of got a narrative thing, it's done what all Need for Speed games have done, or all racing games for me have done. It's got to a point I just can't win the race anymore, and I went, all right, I'll stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right. It's a bit of fun.
Cool.
Yep. And I'm going to recommend GTA Online because the new nightclub update is due to come out imminently.
Is that the one that tells you all about GTA 6?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool.
So that's us with all of our regular stuff. So Lee, what have you got people to find you on, or plugs if you so wish?
Just Pyro Loveridge on most stuff. You'll find me one way or another.
If they want to. Brooks, same question.
Should you wish.
As you've got something to plug, probably.
Oh yeah, I actually have as well. I forgot. Yeah, so I'm on Twitter at Brooker411. I'm also occasionally writing stuff for Set the Tape, which is at Set the Tape, and I've just written a piece for Jump Cut Play, who are the new video games arm of Jump Cut Online. I just spanked 1,000 and a bit words on why I love Killzone 2 and why not enough people played it. So go find them there at jumpcut_play, I think, on Twitter, and yeah, the article will be there. I'm pretty sure I shared it from Character Unlock as well.
Yep.
I think it was an alright piece. I haven't written that many words on a video game thing for quite a while, and I just kind of kept writing. I didn't realise what had happened till I'd finished, and there's 1,500 words I need to edit down. Hopefully people like it. Something a bit different. But yeah, that's me.
And I'm the John_CU on Twitter and on Xbox Live as Long Dong Silver. If you're not interested in any of us as individuals and you only like us as a combination package, you can find Character Unlock on Twitter, Facebook, and the Instagram that I actually posted on this time, Brooks.
That's because you were showing off your 100,000 gamer score.
Yep.
Congrats.
Because Lee convinced me that it was a thing to do. Because I didn't actually notice I was even remotely close. Until Lee...
I should have to go and find my next big platinum milestone and do that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Chasing platinum trophies is not my thing anymore, thank Christ.
I don't even know what I was in the middle of playing, but Lee just happened to say, you're only 20 Gs away from your 100,000.
Well, when you look at your friends list and your friends' names there, the score's right underneath their name now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to miss it.
The monthly competition for achievements is interesting. When you just go into achievements and there's you and all your mates ranked, or you ranked against your mates.
Yeah, I think you were a few points ahead of me last month. I remember at one point I thought, fuck, what the shit?
Well, it's because last month I finished Origins, Tomb Raider, and started Watch Dogs.
Yeah, and I was still
Origins,
playing Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I'd done Origins, Tomb Raider, and Before the Storm, and then started Watch Dogs all in June. So I actually got a lot of shit from Colin because I was ahead of him, and then I checked, might have been yesterday. I don't know what he'd done, but he spanked ahead like 200 points ahead of me in the last 2 days of the month.
Yeah, he started renting the easy 100G, easy 1000G list.
I know, right? Fucking hell. But yeah, I've only done that a couple of times, been top of the list, because I just don't care about achievements anymore. But yeah, I done all right last month, I think.
So there's achievements to be had as well for the character unlock crew. Yeah, keep listening to the podcast, everyone who's already listening to it. And say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Same dick joke every week.
I know.